Good evening, darlings. How do you do? Oh, it's quite warm, but I went ahead and I put on the corset anyways. How are we liking the Beetlejuice? Oh. Hello, darlings. How are we doing today? Have to love a good, well-fed vampire now, don't we? I really have. Ugh. Swear that under eye has been a trouble today. Why, thank you, darling. I just did a little go get ready with me over on the Big O. My goodness, I can't quite tell if that is supposed to be a content posting app or a dating app. The amount of men who have come barking at my tree is almost... Well, I would giggle if they weren't so damn forward, although there are a few who know how to use the word man quite well. So, if we have not figured out, yes, I'm feeling very she-her today. How's everybody doing? Thank you, darling. You are always so complimentary. We'll do a fit check in just a moment. I'm going to add just a touch more powder here and there. I'm having a bit of French roast coffee with, I tried to make condensed milk. It did not go well. It came out more like sugar lumps? I'm not quite sure how to describe it. Why, thank you, darling, and thank you for being so politely complimentary. There we go. You know, I was forgetting something. I always forget to put a bit of lightness in my eye. There we go. A little bit more open. So this corner is always the problem. Now, I did try the new, the little black and white zip up, and it just didn't quite have the snap and flare that I wanted. So, of course, I went with my favorite. I was able to find my grommet pieces, so I might actually be able to get that one repaired. And I'm going to attempt to make a few more corsets. But I definitely do need to raise the funds to get a replacement. I know that that's not going to hold for very long, at least not if I want to be able to sell them. Thank you, darling. Underpinnings from Adore Me. And then I've got a top that was sent to me by a follower, and I do know that it's from Shein because I also happen to have it in pink. The corset, of course, I made, and then I'm wearing that lovely skirt that I got from Shein that has the ruffle on one side. Thank you. Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, I do appreciate the gifties, especially at Halloween. I know I always say, oh, you know, gift directly, and I do still encourage people to gift directly, but if you want to gift me the little Halloween things, they do make my face light up. Hello, darling. I'm doing quite well today, and you? Thank you. Shall we do a bit of a fit check since you've been so good? Right, aren't the ghosts just adorable? And I absolutely adore the little cats, too, with the little witches' hats on. They're just so sweet and cute. So, sit. Stay. Let me clean that off your face real quick. Today, tired but good. Who's my good pet? Thank you, darling. You definitely have the many facets of Bassets to thank for that. So, skirt is from Shein. The top was also sent by Many Facets of Bassets, also from Shein, because I have it in pink. Thank you so much for the ghost, darling. Corset, of course, by me. And then underpinnings from Adore Me, which I absolutely love what they have to sell. Although, I have found that I have gone down a band size, but not necessarily a cup size. So I need to get new underpinnings. Oh joy. Oh bliss. Baby ghost, baby ghost, baby ghost. Now, are any of the Halloween ones interactive? So I would probably bounce right out of my seat if they were. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I was listening to the meteorologist today. Don't ask, that's a hard word for me, I don't know why. When they say evacuate, apparently they don't necessarily mean that you have to evacuate the entire state, but get to higher ground, much, much higher ground. The storm front apparently lifts the water a certain level, a certain amount of feet that they talk about, and just getting 10 to 15 miles away and towards higher ground can be a major difference between oh shit and oh shit. So if you can, please do. If you cannot, please do as much as you can to shelter in place safely, and definitely check in on your neighbors. Please make sure to check on the elderly and especially disabled neighbors, because a lot of times they are the people who have like the most trouble moving around and getting to a safer place. Hey B, how are you doing, darling? Well, thank you, darling. Oh, you're just too sweet. I love the witchy kitties. Thank you very much. Oh, I also do have my cards, so just in case anybody happens to need them, by all means. Now, if you're out there and you're just thinking, oh, she looks so gorgeous, I want to throw money at her, please, by all means do. It's in, Blinks and Lio. Yeah, if your boss tells you, hey, you need to come in, tell them to get railed. Tell them to absolutely bite rocks. Yes, make sure you're taking yourself into account if nothing else. Definitely get together as community as best you can. If you need food and supplies, and there are people standing in front of the doors where food and supplies are, go through them. Don't for 1 minute take their bullshit. The fact that any of them would have the nerve. Oh, goodness. Thank you, darling. That part. Charcoal, not the kind of charcoal that you would put into your fire pit, but just regular charcoal with no lighter fluid to it can be a godsend, especially if you have some gravel as well. Those can be made into a very crude filtration device that when you then boil the water, it is so much safer, so much cleaner. Just be ever so fucking careful. Oh, you're inland and you're safe. Yay! Oh, and by the way, if people, after all of this has gone on, if people feel like getting together and doing a class action lawsuit against airlines, make sure to get screenshots of the outrageous prices and everything else. But yeah, get together as a group, as a large group, and go after the airlines who, their prices went from like $150, $200-ish to $1,000 to get a plane ticket out. And that makes me livid on so many levels. Right? Right? A cat 5 after a cat 4 is just... Fuck. Yeah, honestly, my prayers are for, like, the entire East Coast. I don't even know how or if this thing is going to curve itself, so... for everybody involved, especially with the floodwaters. Yeah, inland doesn't necessarily mean safe, it just means usually a little bit safer because of the higher grounds, and I know Florida is practically flat, so... Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness, darlings. Apparently, and I'm not saying that this is the cause of it, but apparently some sacred land just recently got dug up in the Florida area, and this particular sacred land, it was land that belonged to a tribe of people that had good relations with the weather, and had basically made a deal that if this land was kept well, that the weather would behave politely, and ever since it's been dug up, shit's gotten a little sideways and still. Thank you, yes, the Tocoboca grounds. Thank you. I was like, oh, I cannot remember that. Right, it's like... Yeah. It was a Native American burial ground. Oh, and it was disrupted to build houses. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, no. No. Oh, those houses would be cursed any which way it goes, but damn. Yes, please stay safe. Do whatever you gotta do. Just stay safe, my darlings. Please. The insanity of it all. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry that they've done that. I swear, if there is just slightly better grounds for supernatural phenomenon, I would say everybody in that area get together, have a class action lawsuit, and level it against the people who decided to dig up those grounds in the first place. The fuck were you doing? We were fine! Now this! Like, what the fuck? Oh, it doesn't make a bit of sense, does it? Pretty sure I am ready to do content creation tonight. Right. I swear that we have more than enough housing to actually give everybody a domicile to reside in. And yet, these awful people come out and they're like, oh, yes, no, it should be just fine to go around digging things up. No. A bit of French roast coffee. I tried to make condensed milk, and instead I came out with more like milky sugar cubes. It did not go the way I planned, but it is a decent sweetener, and I just add a bit of cream to go with. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Aww. Well, I'm glad I could provide, and definitely, after I heard everything's going on, I'm like, if y'all are going through that, I can at least get on and hopefully have a little bit of levity for you. Not to mention my back is feeling quite a bit better, so figured might as well. Thank you, darlings. By the way, thank you so much for the cute little ghosties and the little witchy cats and the Halloween stuff. I do really appreciate the Halloween gifts. I think they are just too cute. Ooh, that is quite nice. Oh, the landlord is supposed to be coming in tomorrow to finally take a look under my sink. Yay! So we shall see how that goes. Thank you, darlings. Hello, how's everybody doing? Please, do feel free. Let's talk. Let's banter. It's interesting. My audience over here is more femme-leaning. My audience over on Big O more masculine-leaning from what I've seen so far. It's been a wild ride. Not in a bad way. I'm still readjusting, still getting used to it. But you know, my usual gripe and snap as usual. So, what shall we speak on? Ooh, what have I been doing lately? I will have to post the play of the game that I had last night after I let you all go and I was still playing Overwatch. I got put in as backfill to a game, and they were having quite the trouble getting the point cleared so that it could end the game. So they held on as best they could for a good 3-4 minutes, and just we could not get enough people down fast enough. They had Space Girl, they had Brigitte, Sim, Junkrat, and a Winston, and it was just the hardest time trying to get rid of them all. So I finally went and got Diva while somebody was playing Mauga, and we've got, we're doing our best, doing our best, and then Mauga is able to drop his ult on top of 4 of them, and I had my ult come up right after that, so I dropped my ult in the middle of his ult, and even though they looped themselves around the corner of a wall, the way Diva's ult works, it hits hard, and you have to be fully shielded or else you take a massive amount of damage. So Mauga drops his trap, 4 of them are locked in, I come in, I drop my Diva bomb, 4 of them eliminated, and they're like, how did you coordinate that? I'm like, oh my god, we didn't coordinate it at all, that was fucking awesome. And yeah, so there was play of the game. I honestly wish I could have shared the play of the game with Mauga, because without him, I don't think I would have actually gotten all 4 of them the way I did. So yeah. Really, yours is surprisingly mask-leaning on both. Which is not, oh, really? I mean, over here I did cultivate more of a femme presence first. So yeah, it is taking a little bit longer to build a masculine audience to go with, but really? Interesting. Yes, I do play Overwatch. I usually do a Moira or a Junkrat main, especially in Total Mayhem. But for last night, I tried out Mauga as a tank. I'm actually finding that I kind of like Mauga. I still gotta be a little less bold. He's not quite as durable as like Roadhog is, or like Orisa is, but I'm not mad. Thank you, darling. I used a bit of MAC makeup and I did a bit of green. I could have blended that a touch more, but did a bit of green. I put on the dollar store lashes, a little bit of Kat Von D's Witches on the bottom, and then a green MAC palette on top. So I've got the Beetlejuice going on. Right! Roadhog is so difficult to unalive. Like, him and frickin' Orisa. So long, like, the amount of times that I have screamed, not at anybody, but just like screamed into the universe, fucking dishonor on you! Dishonor on your cow! Because she has that near invincible mode where she just, it's so much damage reduction and so much pushback, and And if she gets even just a touch of healing, the next time she pops up that shield, it gives her, you know, that bar of temp health, and you're like trying to chip away at her. You have to hit her from every side. Literally, you have to hit her from every side. It is, she, like, I would rather take on a Reinhardt by myself than try and take down an Ori by myself. It is a pain. Ugh. Right? Oh my god. Have you ever played, what is it, the Italy map? And you get a Roadhog anywhere near, like, a bridge, and he hooks you and then just tosses you over the side, and you're like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I love it, but I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. I hate it almost as much as Lucio. Fuck Lucio. Hello. How are you doing? Why, thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Come in, feel free. Throw coin at me, I care not. It all works. Nope, that's a little too black for me. Oh, Lord. I thought I was strong. Thank you, thank you. Hello, darlings. How are we doing today? Oh, homemade apple pie. That sounds delightful. Thank you, darling. I am feeling quite gorgeous. A little bit warm. California. But overall, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, goodness. Right? Like, we thought we were getting some cool weather, and then we turn around and it's like, just kidding, bitch. Here you go. Back up to the 90, and you're like, seriously? It's October. Why? Although, I can't wait. I do hope the weather comes down just a little bit, because this weekend I actually get together with my Virgo, and we're going to be doing a bit of a photo shoot, so I cannot wait to do that. Honestly, I think I might be wearing this outfit, because it looks so fucking good, and I think it will go quite well with what I want to do. Right, exactly. I swear, it looks like we should be out on the veranda having a mint julep with how warm it decided to get yet again. You're like, why, just why? Oh, yes. Well, you might not get to see all of it, but you might get to see a little bit of it. It's quite nice because we're going to do some gear. Mostly it's going to be clothes. Don't go there. But yes, it is going to be quite lovely, because he has some absolutely delightful gear, and oh my goodness, does he look good in it. Right? Hello. Thank you, darlings. Right. And for me, it's not even about the empowerment of it all. It's about being able to get into that right mindset and, well, show people that I'm not just a daytime player, not just a part-time player, not just a, oh, yeah, no, I'm totally into this, No. I want to actually show people, yes, when I say I do, I do this. Oh, Goodness gracious. It is so warm. I can't wait. It's going to be so lovely. It's absolutely, I adore this. And it's funny too, because I ran it past and they're like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, we can do this, Perfect. I'm like, okay, which weekends work? Hello, darlings. Come, ask questions. I know some of you are new here, so do feel free to ask questions. As long as you're polite, as long as you're civil and respectful, by all means, I can always answer it. Yes, I do have AC, and funny enough, the damn thing is on right now, and I am still melting. Because it's one of those tiny box ACs that can barely cool 5 square feet of its own. Like, it has to already be cold in order for it to make it cold. Right? It can be. It very, very much can be. And it's not like they're being untoward about the prices. They're doing a lot. There's a lot involved with photography. It's not just, oh, let me point and shoot and then just hand over raw footage. They're pointing, they're shooting, they're getting the lighting right, they're getting you into the right positions and whatnot. Luckily, I'm just going for still pretty much amateur level. Once I do get stable and more established, I actually do know a few boudoir photography people, and I will absolutely be hitting them up for some really, really nice, classy stuff. And I cannot wait, because I love doing spicy work. It's hard. This is it. I'm still trying to get my footing, but I'm absolutely adoring it. And refinement is actually one of the things I am trying to get across. Yes, a little bit spicy, a little bit saucy, a little bit bawdy, but I like a bit of refinement to go with everything. I don't need to have everything hanging out, and that is no shade to anybody else, because I adore those who let it all hang out. That is but my personal style is refined, that classy edge, that little bit more, and I feel as I get more confident, I will probably test my limits a bit more. Right, there is so much that goes into it. Right, and it's not even about mystery. It's about these are a nice distraction. I love these, but I also know that certain people can't look past these, and I have a very short temper when it comes to people who treat me like an object. So yes, you can think I'm sexy, you can think I'm hot and gorgeous, and you can even find me interesting enough that I find my way into your dreams all night long. I don't mind that part. It's when they start demanding things of me. And it's like, you're not paying me enough to make it worth my while. You want to see all that? Fill my coffers. That way I can actually set a scene and make it absolutely lovely and do the ruching and all that kind of good stuff. Thank you, darling. Hello, Charlie. How are you doing tonight, darling? Right, it's the demand. It's so funny that, well, I understand why there's a male loneliness epidemic, which, by the way, that particular thing has been happening for the last 30, 40, more than that, years. And a big part of it is the utter lack of common courtesy, of courtship, of politeness and asking. I will tell you one thing. There's about nothing that will loosen your girdle faster than a very well-mannered, very polite person going, "My goodness, darling, you look absolutely gorgeous. A little bit warm, though. If you'd like to, you can remove a layer. I will not judge you for that. In fact, do you mind if I get you a nice cool drink and we can sit and talk for a bit while you get more comfortable?" No. Although, no. Thank you, darling. Dollar store. Sometimes you can find really, really good stuff there. Well, the $1.25 store, because, fucking profits. But no, common courtesy. Treating people like people, no matter what their gender is. I'm just saying. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Are the girls not girling, or is the girls are girling today? Even I'm impressed. I'm just like, okay. Yes! Honestly, you can find some of the best stuff at the dollar store. It's wild. I found actually some very decent lash glue, good lashes. Heck, I've even found some really good glosses there. It's confounding. You're welcome. Thank you. I am definitely getting a little bit better at doing all these. Right. Oh, Dollar General's on its way out. So there's the $1.25 store. There's the 99-cent store that is now the $1.25 store. There's the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General. Isn't there like one or two more dollar stores out there? I keep forgetting the names. But like honestly, if you can't turn a profit at that store, Family Dollar, thank you. I'm like, if you can't turn a profit at that store, I don't know what you're doing. That part. Come for the conversation. Well, come for the conversation. Come for the girls as well. Oh, honey. So, firstly, I am wearing a corset. That's where I start. Well, actually, no. I start at Adore Me. Not that I'm hawking them, but they are one of the better brassiere providers, and they do provide a very large range. And I absolutely adore the stuff they have. It's actually good quality. They hold, they lift, they're well shaped. I tend to go with their balconette or demi cup styles. I don't like full coverage. It makes me feel like I'm being strangled by a small child, and it's very annoying. So I go with the aww, be grown. Pretty sure I already am grown. Thank you very much. You're 50 plus. No, darling, I'm in my mid-40s, but try harder. I mean, come on, you've got to get... Penguins, flippers down. Do we remember what we call this? Minnow beta. That's right. Minnow beta. Exactly. You're so smart. I absolutely adore you. And yes, you're absolutely right. This is my style. I would dress like this every day of the week. In fact, I often do. Aww. But don't worry. Keep interacting, my dear little skell. We know that you're probably a sub over on somewhere, just lurking and skirking and trying to get a little bit of a rise because you know how badly you need the attention. Aww. See, the more you come in and the more you interact, the more you're telling the algorithm that you desperately need me in your life, and I'm going to keep showing up. So, if you don't want me on your algorithm, my darling, you should probably block me so that I'm not interfering with it. Oh, darling, even if you were writing, I've got enough backside and shelf space, why not? Right? Who would want to sway the algorithm like that? Oh, see, now this is funny. I'm supposed to stop playing dress up, but now they want proof. Darling, you want proof. How about you put some coin in the coffin? My goodness. You were so set on trying to get a rise, and now you're trying to bounce on it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a good one. I might actually use that. Waiter, 1 cup of attention, please. Oh, goodness. Right, exactly what I was talking about. The demands. Oh, I'll let them ride any day of the week. If riding with my good company, even as a parasocial relationship, and I do recognize as such, but if riding was such good company, oh, no. Oh, no, please, not good company, good banter. Oh, no, oh. You ask for proof because you desperately want to see that backside. Oh. It is so funny when they do this. But yes. Anyways, where were we, darlings? What were we talking about before this? We were talking about... Oh, yes, adore me. Good underpinnings, that's where it starts. And then, good corsetry. And it's funny, you come in, you insult the host, you, at least rightly, apologize to somebody that you were being somewhat untoward to in the comment section. Oh, darling, you need to hold a bubble. Don't worry. Again, minnow beta. You get a mute. There you go. Don't worry, they've got 5 minutes now to think about their actions. They are hilarious. I know, right? It's funny that they come in and they bark, 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 bark. And yet, they can't seem to just be polite. If they wanted to see it so bad, they would have been polite. They would have been civil. And if you're polite and civil, things tend to happen a lot more frequently in your favor. Why? Because in a society where we have, you know, at least a little bit of common courtesy, people like to be asked things politely. Negging gets you nowhere. That's such a 90s tactic. It's ick. Don't worry, darlings. I mean, they always do that. They desperately need attention, so of course they're going to come in and run mouth, because, well, that's the only way they know how to interact with people for whatever reason. Now, of course, if anybody finds out that that is a minor or a child, by all means, my mods are allowed to go ahead and out of existence. Thank you, Cece. How are you doing today, my darling? It's always funny that they think that they're going to come in with literally things that I've heard for like the last 40 years. No, that's going to get me. Oh, there's a Bob. Like, no, that's low grade. Honestly, that's what I should start doing. I should start grading them. Or at least degrading them. You know what I mean. Oh, don't worry. Mommy and Daddy's never going to get... Boston, they were talking about the person above who was being untoward and not they themselves towards me. Don't worry. Breathe, flippers down. It's all good. It's all good. I'm like, I just wanted to make sure that there's no misunderstanding between community members. Oh, good. Thank you, my darling. Oh, let me go ahead and get my... Where did I put it? Oh, there's my battery. My battery. I do love that I have a protective, a very protective wing of penguins. But yeah, every now and again, I do have to make sure that the nuance is understood in case part of a conversation was not seen. So yeah, it's all good. I promise you. Carmen was very much at the forefront of back chatting to somebody who had been very oddly rude coming in. So no. Thank you though. Thank you both of you. I swear this weather. Goodness. Oh, no worries. Breathe. We've got this. Oh, I'm so glad that my back is feeling better, though. I am appreciating being back in the corset. And I found my grommet set, so I might actually be able to fix a few grommets here and there and get another one of my corsets into rotation. Yes, it got back up into, I think it was the high 80s today, because it is 77 degrees in here, which is just, it's a little warm but not horrific. And see, this is why I create community. Because again, we don't need to dogpile. We don't need to get, mean, loud, rude, nasty, or anything to that effect. Unless somebody's being like just wildly untoward, and then we just go, we're not having this conversation, shut you down, go away. But yes, build the community, but also recognize nuance, and also, even I have to do this too. I have to recognize as well, at times I cannot hear what the flavor is being said, because it's all in text, and so, yes, if you only see part of a conversation, sometimes you're like, ooh, no, and you're like, oh, once there's more nuance, you're like, oops. So yes, I'm trying to be more mindful so that I don't get ahead of myself. Reasons. Honestly, I don't know if actually, you're not wrong. I don't think I would mind if I had been born a little bit closer to the Renaissance period, because there was actually people of color, Africans, of many different natures, the Moors and whatnot, in Europe, and they could travel quite freely, and they were very, very, they were very wealthy, like insanely wealthy. So yeah, actually I wouldn't mind that per se. Victorian era might be a little bit dicey. But honestly, probably any era I would be born into, I'd be nothing but a troublemaker. So, it is what it is. Very mindful, very demure. I do enjoy that, thank you. Oh, goodness. Honestly, knowing me and my past, if I were to ever have like a past life, I was probably a temple priestess. Or a courtesan. I am drawn so much to that kind of stuff that I'm just going, well, if I ever had a go-around before this particular lifetime, I'm pretty sure I know what I was. Right. I wish they had integrated more people of color, black people, indigenous people, brown people. I wish they had integrated us more into the storylines. I think it would have made it even more rich and interesting, because they always talked about the Southern Isles or the Summer Isles, but you only got to see them for like a little bit here and there. I would have loved to have seen more of that, more intrigue, more plot development, more, integration of politics and whatnot. Yes, I ate today. I actually had really nice mac and cheese. The shelled mac and cheese. Oh, it was so good. I had more than that. I swear I had more than that. I know I ate other stuff. And then I also had coffee. Yay, caffeine. Tons of water, because I have been drinking like a fish to make sure that I am hydrated. I really, really need to get some fruit and veg, along with another flat of water. So, if anybody needs their card friends, by all means, let me know if you would like to sponsor a trip to the grocery store. Also, by all means, let me know. Follow Blinks and Lio. I will absolutely show you what a grocery haul looks like. Oh! So that is my signature in a bathery. So when I do in a bathery, I like to put a little bit of a metallic glitter in the middle, and I'm trying a slightly different glitter this time around. This is the NYX Professional, and let's see, it does not, oh, it's gold, so I use the gold color. I think I need to have like a glitter primer put on before I put this stuff in, because it's a bit chunkier. It doesn't hold quite like an eyeshadow does. So I think next time I might put on a little bit of a glitter primer and then do the metallic glitter over the top. Hello, hello. My goodness, we are well over 8K. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you for the shares and the subscriptions and everything else. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for sticking with me as I'm getting certain things up and running. I'm trying to get things retailored. There's just so much going on in my life that I have to get things done. I'm very excited for Halloween. Let's see. So this weekend I'm doing the photo shoot with my Virgo. Next weekend, not this one coming up, but the next weekend after that, I am doing the Magic Market at Points of Light in Long Beach. I have a table space with another artist, and it's going to be so much fun. It is TT Tuesday. I might have to take some photos and post those up. My goodness. I swear I should write all of these things down. Oh, and then Wagon Wednesday I think is supposed to be tomorrow. Is there something for Thursday, or is Thursday still Throwback Thursdays? Because me and throwing it back is, well, slightly off rhythm, and I already threw out my back once, so I've got to be careful about that. And of course Friday is Feral. Saturday is a, card shoot. But yes. Sorry, ADHD'd myself right out of my thought process. Oh, yes. Points of Light, October 19th from 2 to 6. I will be there. I will have my, my charms, my art, my bit of everything. My friend will be doing reversible bags. She is sewing her fingers off right now, and I adore her for it. And then last Saturday of the month, I have an early 1900s Halloween party. And so I am going to be working on an outfit for that. I'm still kind of looking at what I want the feel to be, but I know that I definitely want a corset. I always do. I always do. I think I'm going to wear, like, my nice low heels. Oh, good. Hello, darling. How are you doing? I'm so glad you've come back. I know that sometimes the algorithm can be a bit of a bitch. Yes. Oh, it's going to be a busy month. So much to do. I have to be less of an introvert, less of an introvert, less of an introvert. And please, universe, if at this holiday season, I'm not asking for a Christmas gift. If you could just give me a Halloween gift of like a halfway decent looking Clark Kent who can throw it like Superman, I'm just saying. Hello. How's everybody doing? Hopefully well. Pardon, that's just me riffling through the cards, as it were. Okay. Let's move you back just a touch. So, how are we? What shall we speak on? Because we can speak on all manner of things. I have 2 degrees, ADHD, a whole lot of vim, vigor, and snap. Ooh. I should start showing off some of the stuff I do. Did I? I don't think I've done a Halloween set of nails. I should do a Halloween set of nails. Ooh, I should do like a long Halloween set of nails. Oh, yes. Hello, darling. How do you do? What are we all up to? Oh my goodness. Hey, we're over 9,000. Yay, thank you. Manifesting Mondays, TT Tuesdays, Witchy Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Flirty Fridays. You know, flirty, feral, you know, either or. Which I did a couple more duets with some of the Call of Duty cosplayers, so be looking forward to those. Oh, thank you. Actually, these are underpinnings to a bra here, and then I do have a top on underneath this, mostly to make sure that I do stay in place. I am not trying to accidentally have a over the top. Although it would take an awful lot to actually get me up over the top, I still like to make sure just in case. Darling, if you're trying to have a successful pregnancy, see your doctors. Definitely communicate with your doctors. Cards are not a substitute for science. And yes, I believe in both. Thank you, darling. I've got my boots on, I've got my corset on, I'm feeling spectacular. You know how it goes. No, actually, I created this for me, so I'm actually in here very nicely. This is bottom of the rib cage, top of the waistline, so it does not actually interfere with my ability to breathe, eat, drink, move around. I can't hinge. Can't bend over very well. I look like a giraffe trying to get a drink, but overall. Yes, I do. I do read tarot cards. They are $5 a card, so if you go to the links in Lio, it will have all the different payment methods and whatnot right there. And I can read anywhere between 1 and 10 cards. Sometimes I read a little bit more, but like, 1 card is a general quick overview. How's it going? What's the thing that needs to be brought attention to? A 10 card is like a Celtic cross read. So that is in-depth. You're getting a read on everything. And I have a couple of different decks, but this one is the one that is kind of brutally honest. Now, I also have ADHD, so I usually have to fidget with something in my hand, so the cards are the thing that I tend to fidget with. Cards are not a... how do I put it? It's not a hard and fast predictor. It's not this is the only thing that will happen in your future. No, the cards are like gentle. Okay, here's a road sign, here's a road sign, here's a road sign. This is the direction you're headed. If you do enough, you can often gently sway what the future holds. So don't take it as, this is the only thing that's going to happen if I get my cards read. No, they're solid predictors. They're telling you where your life is and where it's about to head, so act accordingly. Come, Mr. Tiny Man, tiny me banana. Apparently Beetlejuice is going through my head. Maybe. So is going back to the hurricane and everything that's going on. Is it already made land? Well, not quite landfall. Is it already touched down, as it were, or is it still out at sea? Because I know it's supposed to come in on Wednesday. I'm not sure what the time frame is supposed to be on that. I was thinking of possibly, I don't know, doing kind of a longer live tomorrow, just as the hurricane is doing its thing, to kind of give people at least a little bit of an anchor, because I know sometimes that can be helpful. At the same point in time, I also don't want to drain your phone batteries if you're going to need those. So I'm trying to figure out what is the best strategy? What is the best way to go about it? Would people appreciate me being on and holding space, or do you need to conserve battery? I bet. I mean, it's nature. It's some of its scariest. It's the wind. It's the rain. It's the sudden rise in water. All of those things. Fair enough. Fair enough. Please definitely have like a fully charged battery or two, like, in your back pocket, like, if for nothing else. Oh my goodness, over 10K. If for nothing else, for like emergencies, because I know power is likely to go out for at least a couple days if it hits your area with any amount of well, it's a Cat 5, it's gonna hit with force, so yeah. Come to town, why am I? Did I come and home? Don't know why that particular song from Beetlejuice is just running through my head. Sinks filled with water and lots of batteries. Yay! I know I'd be an absolute no. Like, I can deal with earthquakes, because I've dealt with earthquakes my entire life. Hurricanes? No, thank you, no. No, thank you. I said, no, thank you. Mm-mm. I know that I would be an absolute mess. I have no idea how to even begin. Yeah, I agree with you. It's that not knowing. Like, with an earthquake, it hits. And you're like, oh, Earth is moving. And basically you just wait for 15 to 30 seconds-ish, and you're like, and we're done. And most of the state is retrofitted in such a way to minimize damage. So, like, the likelihood of is not nearly as high as it used to be, especially after, like, when we had the Northridge quake. Yeah, after Northridge, they really made everybody work on getting all of the buildings retrofitted, because we lost freeways. We literally had one, like, I can't remember if it was a freeway or a bridge, but yeah, like, it literally just, here's the freeway, suddenly there's no more freeway. And it was like, oh, and a few people had dash cams, so there was actual footage where you're just kind of like, you're looking over, and suddenly the car in front is gone, and it's like, oh shit. So, yeah, we really got our asses in gear after that to get everything retrofitted, because we were like, nope, too many things fell down. Parts of Berkeley almost got leveled. San Francisco was, when they got hit by one of their big quakes, they've got a lot of old buildings, and pure brick will break. Rebar is needed for anything to, like, really have any sort of bounce back or survivability. So yeah, it's like, we learn, we build better. But, like, how do you build better for a hurricane? It's wind whipping shit sideways at speed, bringing in a massive amount of water. So, I don't know how you outbuild that. Oh, yeah, it was definitely... Because I think it's... Well, we got hit by the Northridge, and then there was another really big one, like, only a year or so later. Like, there was... The Northridge was like a 9.5, and then we had a 10.0, like, the next year, and we were like, oh, well, shit, we might have that big one. Because, like, the one thing that we all do live in gentle fear of the backside of our head is the San Andreas Fault. Because that's a very large fault line that a good portion of the state is on one side or the other. If that thing goes off, I don't know if you can outbuild that. That's all I gotta say. Oh, thank you, Skillet. How you doing today? Hello. How's everybody doing? I think next week I will try and get the full multi-stream set up. Depending on funding, I will probably try and add Twitter into the multi-stream rotation as well. So I'll be on multiple platforms. I'm going to try and make sure that all of those blinks are in the bio so people can find me other places. Just recognize that Sanguine versus Inna, which is the persona, Inna Bathory. Inna is quite a bit more spicy. Inna is going to be a little bit different other places. So, you know, tread accordingly. But I also do try and let people know what's going on where, so that they don't accidentally walk into something that they're not very much enthusiastically consenting to. Chilling, work both jobs, now I get to relax. Hell yeah! That sounds like a good setup right there. Oh, no, we're not doing this one. A Satanist slash satanic temple would know better than to come in and try that. Don't call yourself a true devil worshiper if you don't understand what Satan stands for. Do not try and make me defend that shit. You're welcome, you're welcome. Right. I myself am not a Satanist. I'm a witch. I'm a pagan. My worship is in a few different places, but yeah. I was like, no, thank you. I'm like, I have known a couple of Satanists, and I actually had conversations with them because I wanted to understand them better. Because I'm just like, really? Because I came from a background of evangelical Christian, so it's like I need to understand why you do this. I'm not judging you for it, but I need to understand why you do this. Like, what's the motivation? And they're like, oh, it's about freedom of choice. It's much more about consent. It's about actually practicing free will. I'm like, okay. And they're like, yes, we do worship them, some more seriously, some less seriously. But yeah, it's always funny when people who claim to be Satanists do certain things, because I'm just like, ooh, no, that's antithetical to how they usually portray and convey themselves. So, no. Pardon as I shuffle. How's everybody doing tonight? Ooh. Oh, I might actually be able to get my back to pop. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, good lord. Oh, that was my upper back. Ooh, like potato chips. Hello, darlings. How are we doing tonight? Hopefully we're doing well. So, what shall we just... Ooh. Has anybody seen any good horror films lately? Because I've been looking for some lovely things. Something to really... I don't know if I'm going for more like campy comedy horror, but I do absolutely adore those. Or if I'm looking much more for like, maybe something can actually give me a little bit of a startle, a fright, as it were. I'm trying to remember the last good one. Was Talk to Me any good? It was done by the A24 production company. It looked very interesting. But I did anybody else get to see it? Because I'd love to hear some reviews. Oh, good. Okay. Ooh, Drag Me to Hell. Yes. Honestly, I need to rewatch that. I need to rewatch. There's Drag Me to Hell, and then there's Spit on Your Grave. And, I think I need to rewatch that as well, because Spit on My Grave was also a good one. Right? A24 is so surprisingly good. And I'm like, I did not expect that level of refined, like, mental, like, they really make you think. And I appreciate that they are not going for the low-hanging fruit. They're going for things that actually make you think. It's been forever since I saw The Elevator. That, like, oh, that's a while ago. But yeah, A24, X, and Pearl. Okay. Nice. I like to know these things. Pardon as I am also trying to get my back to lengthen. Ugh. Still a little bit tight, but it's not bad. I am so tall in these boots. I am so tall in these boots. I love it. Oh, that's the one that stuck with you. Ooh. Well, I mean, because in The Elevator, they did a good job at playing on people's actual fear of being stuck in an elevator. And quite frankly, yeah, I'd be terrified too. I am not a fan of elevators per se, especially when they're rickety, a little bit janky. They don't seem to work quite right. Like, I still remember being on like an older elevator, and basically as the thing was coming to a stop at the floor, doors are opening, it's not quite level just yet. There was like, I'm like, why would you open the door before the thing was done moving? What the fuck is, why? No. I'm like, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I also don't love like small spaces that I don't have an immediate exit to. And I absolutely adore Resident Evil. So in Resident Evil, the internal computer, the Red Queen, goes on a bit of a rampage for a good reason, but goes on a bit of a rampage, and I vividly remember the elevator scene, because you're like, get out, honey, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, and it's like, yeah, oh god, and then it's like, not to spoil anything, but like, it gets real narrow, real quick. It stops just before the really bad thing happens. You feel the collective sigh of relief from everyone, and then the bad thing happens. You're like, oh, dude. Like, ooh, Fall of the House of Usher. I've been hearing that was a good one. And then, was it Bly Manor? I think it was Bly Manor. It was done with the same guy who was the coroner in iZombie. which was oddly enough one of my favorite like comfort watches for the longest time. I could watch that practically on repeat. I don't know why I found it so fun in a lot of ways. It also did have some social commentary, but a literal white savior. Like, and there was so much white savior. Quite literally. But it was a fun TV show, and I really did appreciate a lot of the tongue-in-cheek jokes. Like, so many tongue-in-cheek jokes. Like, live more, fill more graves. Like, come on. How many more tongue-in-cheek jokes could you have? But yeah, no, it was really fun. And Major Lillywhite. Major Lillywhite. I freaking loved it. I freaking loved it. Like, it was definitely a fun romp, to say the least. The Haunting of Hill House. Thank you. The Haunting of Hill House. Ah, I love it. I hope he always has a good career. I hope that he does not turn into a problematic person, or that there's nothing untoward that I don't already know about. Like, I don't know of anything untoward. But, like, I hope he has a good career, because he always seems to put like, the entirety of himself into what he does. And it's not just, oh, this is the same character over and over and over again. No, he's different each time, and, like, he's shown that he can do dramatic, he can do comedy, he can do, he can be the straight man, he can also have, like, some really good fun comedic timing that's him being flat-faced, the voice of reason. So I enjoy his acting quite a bit. But yes. Hello everybody, how are we doing today? Oh, that's overly sweet. Goodness. Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Oh, okay. That was done by M. Night Shyamalan, right? I think I remember which one you're talking about, yeah. Now, I also remember, and this is completely off subject, not an elevator thing, but Keanu Reeves, Al Pacino, Devil's Advocate. That one was a little bit trippy. What's going on here? I am wearing a corset, feeling absolutely fantastic, having a little get together while I have some coffee and think about what kind of content I want to create tonight. As long as you're civil and polite, you may ask the questions you wish, and I will give answers. Hello, Lume. How are you doing, my darling? I do hope I'm saying your name right. If I am not saying your name correctly, by all means, feel free to, like, phonetically correct me, because everybody deserves to have their name said correctly. Oh, good. Oh, good. So it takes about 10-15 minutes if I get chatty a little bit longer, of course. Hey, it takes me about 10-15 minutes to put on a corset. And it takes roughly 40 to 50 hours to make a corset. Sometimes a little bit longer if I'm drafting it from scratch. But yes, I make a lot of my own corsets, so if you see a corset on me, it's more than likely mine. How you doing? I'm glad the algorithm finally, brought you back. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I do not do shoutouts. I have a lot of caution issues for a reason, so I try not to do any sort of shoutouts, mostly because I do not want to help the wrong person get under somebody else's skin. At some point, yes, I do plan to sell the corsets. I need to upgrade a little bit of my technology, just to be a bit more heavy duty so that my grommets are set in the way that I find them to be serviceable enough that I would allow them to be sent out to people. If my quality is not up to my scratch, I never send something out. Yes, and actually I do plan on taking y'all on the ride to get some sewing done, because I am itching to design again. So you might see some more art going on and a bit more sewing going on, especially in the next couple of weeks, because I just found out I'm not moving at least for another couple of months. So yeah, thank you. This is embroidered red silk. And it's got German steel boning in it, because I like to be able to hold back the tides, with brass grommeting, both front and back. Coutil in the middle, Japanese cotton on the inside for comfort. And yes, I make everything, I use more of a Victorian base, but I make everything to kind of fit me. And it works like a glorified back brace, because I fucked up my back a couple of decades back, but found out through cosplay that corsets really help, and I absolutely adore making them. Oh, thank you, Dollar Store, I swear to you. Hey, how you doing, darling? Ah, yes, so I will explain why I dress like this. Thank you for asking about that politely. I do appreciate that. So I have on MAC is the green, and then NYX is the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Both of those are MAC. MAC is the green and the black. The labels are so old, I cannot tell you what shade they are. Hello. There we go. Oh, honey. Whether I'm in this or out of this, I love my body the way it is, but like, don't discount yourself from being able to do what you want to do, especially wear corsets. Run with it. Stop. And I know this is the hard part. Stop worrying about what other people think. They don't have to live in your body. They don't have to be you. They don't have to feel you. They don't matter. Dress for you, and you will enjoy it so much more. So, let's actually give you a good look at the overall fit. Stay. Are you behaving, pet? So, this is the mode of dress that I actually prefer to be in. I'm actually much more comfortable in this than a lot of more covering, modest clothing. I absolutely adore this. It actually does work like a glorified back brace. It helps to lift. Clearly what I have grown over the years. I am roughly an F cup, so this is what an F cup looks like. Sorry, but yeah, my back is doing so much better. Last couple days, I threw it out last week, and it is just getting back into rotation. I'm actually able to stand quite a bit more, but as you see, I am leaning a bit more just to give myself some more support. But yeah, I wear this because I'm more comfortable in it. I also do spicy work as a DOMME. I am on some fan sites. If you are clever, yes, you can find them. And this is the mode of dress that I am most comfortable in. I like the edge of refinement, but I also like to be a bit minxy, a bit foxy, a bit of a vixen. So, you know, it goes. Yes. How evil of you. How evil of you to point that out. Yes, I put the boots on. before the corset this time. So base layer of Kat Von D, and then I put a green shadow over it, and then I used a little bit of a NYX modern, or not NYX Modern Dreamer, NYX glitter. But I think next time I need to put down like either a little bit of gloss or a little bit of a glitter primer so that it sticks in place a little bit more. Hey, she, her, thank you so much for asking. So, for the people who do not know, I am Sanguine Threads, aka, when I got these in and I got the accent going, in a battery. How do you do, darling? I am gender fluid, I am pansexual, and I am polyamorous. So yeah, if you see somebody go, so what are the pronouns tonight? It's because I waffle between they, them, and she, her. I am not a woman. I am a femme, though. I am sometimes very neutral, and that's where the they, them tends to come from. And sometimes I'm feeling very hyper femme, and that's when it's more she, her. And I do appreciate when people ask politely and civilly, so thank you. Oh, yes! So yeah, I just found it recently, too. So this is friendly plastic. It's these little beads, basically, of plastic that, you know, what do you call it? When you heat them, like with water, they turn clear and they turn very, very malleable. So I actually make my own things. And they set right on top of my dentures, and I just basically I use an oral adhesive, like fix it in and put them into place, and they're good to go. Yeah, I'm not cool. I just stopped listening to other people who had no creativity, because why should I dim my shiny ass self for somebody else who wants to be boring and live a boring life? Like, it just couldn't be me anymore. It just couldn't be me anymore. So, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Vivi. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to build a community that actually just, you know, they sit, they chill, they're from all walks of life, you know. Some people are very, you know, vanilla, some people are very not, and we all come together and just kind of chill and enjoy each other's company and different specialties, different ideas, thoughts, and expertise. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, I do, and I'm working on getting. I'll go grab it too. Oh, did somebody just Did somebody need a card read? Because I just got that popped up. Sorry, I got 1,000,001 notifications all at once. Ah, yes. Let me do a quick card read, and then I'll go grab the corset that I'm trying to get repaired right now. Nope, this is just my normal makeup. I haven't gotten into like the Halloween special effects makeup. I maybe at one point that'll suddenly get me going down that rabbit hole, but yeah, no, this is just my regular gothy kind of makeup, which is what I prefer to do. Oh, thank you so much for the rose. Thank you so much for like the little ghosties, the roses, you know, all that, all the likes, the loves, the shares. Oh my goodness, we're over 11K. Y'all are doing fantastic. Ah, I love it. No, the fangs are just on with a little bit of adhesive, so those pop right off the denture. And they only take about 5 minutes to make, so I will have to say the fangs are probably one of my favorite parts because they are so incredibly fun to make and so simple. Oh, thank you. Ooh, 4 of Wands. But in reverse. Yeah, I would definitely say friendly plastic. Oh yeah, absolutely. I will take you along for that ride. So the Four of Wands in reverse for the person who paid for the card read. Usually you'd be setting up the party, getting ready to go, getting everything in order. Happy fun times. In reverse, party isn't going to plan. You go uninvited guests. If you're having a function that you're going to shortly, it doesn't feel like it's yet come to pass, but you've already got inklings that somebody you don't like might be showing up again. Be prepared for it. Like, they're going to be there whether you like it or not. They are not a well-liked person. But honestly, you don't have to do anything about them. I think this is going to be one of the last parties that they're going to ruin. Because a lot of people are sick of their shit. So, they're going to be there. They're going to be themselves. And just let them be themselves. If you have to, go off in a corner, hang out with your clique, do not interact with this person. They will only drag the party down worse. I don't want to say that they're a relative, but like they're somebody who knows how to get under your skin. God, they like laying into you. Yeah. If need be, do tell them to fuck off, though. Absolutely tell them to fuck off. Like... Braying jackass is what seems to, like, pop to mind. Is just... It feels like somebody's just talking to be talking and not to actually say anything. If you want to know if Samuel maybe still loves you, then talk to Samuel. Yeah. Standing up for yourself can sometimes be incredibly hard, especially when you've been taught to be civil and polite and not stir the pot too much. But on this one, just, no. Just, no. I will show you. Oh, that's right. Let me go grab the corset real quick that I said I was going to. I'll be right back. Thank you, darling. So, this is the corset I need to do a little bit of repair work on. I did a little bit of a different fit. Well, yeah, had a little bit of a misfire, and one or two of the grommets are not set as deeply as I want them to, so I've got to get that repaired correctly. Aw. Passed upon, I'm like, what? Yeah, I wore it once before, and that's where I saw that it had popped itself out of place, and I was like, damn it. So yeah, I recognize that the setter has a defect of some variety, so it wasn't setting the back side of the grommet correctly. Now this is one of my R&D corsets. In other words, see if this would work or not. But I have, again, F cups, so this wants to roll. So I think I might put a an extra piece to keep that upright. Because yes, it is a lovely corset. It is absolutely gorgeous. Just it has no structural integrity. So I might actually do like a cross strap just to keep the front of it up so I don't spill out of it. Right? Blue premium velvet. Right. That part. That part. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing like a little cross strap variety thing just to keep that front up so when I lean forward I'm not gonna go straight out. And that is one of the few corsets that I'm like, I don't know if I trust this thing not to just I'm like, oh look, I'm the Swiss Miss and apparently I'm giving out milk for free. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, for that one I'm gonna do a little bit of shoring up and then I might add that into the rotation. Right, yes, yes. I think I've got some blue velvet somewhere. I'm hoping it's a semi-decent match to that. And then I could do that, or if I could find some nice silk and do like a little head covering to go with. Oh, it'd be absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, white lace straps. Ooh, I do love that idea. And I do have some very lovely white lace of a couple of varieties. I'm pretty sure I could find a good way to do a cross strapping with it. I like your ideas. I like those funny words you make, you magic man. Hello, Spooka darling. How are you doing? I can never get the honey open. There we go. So I'm a conversationalist. I do sit, I talk quite profusely. This is a salon that is meant to be a third space. So it's a place for people to come and talk and decompress and, you know, just intermingle and begin to build basically an online community where you can actually ask questions and have interactions, and there are going to be people with like different specialties and whatnot that do tend to chip in and chime in. I have a very, I guess, long and interesting life apparently. And basically I'm restarting my life yet again after having gone through a lot of trauma. I do have a very trauma-informed background, and after getting out of a couple of really bad relationships. So I've been on my own for a couple of years. I had a job for a while. That went sideways. I've been looking for a new one. I've been doing freelance as well. I am a lot of things, so trying to classify me as just one thing is honestly really hard for me to do. But yeah, if you have not seen me before, I do tend to wear corsets quite often. It helps my back, but I also really do love it as a style. And yeah, this is how I am. This is how I function. This is me. This is Sanguine. But also you will get Inna Bathory, the older vampire who's got a bit of quick wit, a bit of bite about her. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, PTSD is no fucking joke. And I've probably got CPTSD from just childhood through adult bad shit, but yeah. So the job that I used to do was a online, how do I put this? Online specialist for the company that I worked for, which had a lot to do with sewing. I actually have a degree in fashion design. I like to do a lot of sewing. But yeah, I was supposed to basically help customers with their sewing questions, when they had problems with the patterns, when they needed advice, all that kind of stuff. That was my job to help out. I asked for accommodations at one point because I didn't need to come into work every single day in order to do my job. And I was promptly let go shortly after that. So now I read cards. I love to go out and do reviews and kind of take people around the city and whatnot. So think of it as if Anthony Bourdain and Elvira had a child. That's very much who and what I am. Mm-hmm. No, okay, so during the summer, it was so incredibly warm, so incredibly hot, that it would get well over, like, 85 to 90 degrees in my apartment, and I was overheating and almost fainting, so I had to not wear my corsets for several months because it was too fucking warm. And finally the temperature has come down a bit, so I'm bringing the corsets back out. Damn it, I need them. Belvira, darling, this is why I'm in a fucking battery. But yes, for those who don't know, I am a denture wearer. That is a temp denture. I had my teeth removed at the beginning of this year, just a lot of compounding factors, and for my health and safety, I needed my teeth taken out. So I got everything taken. I now wear dentures. I'm still working on some of that. It's a whole thing. And then I make my own fangs, and the fangs actually make me more aware of how my mouth is moving, and I am more articulate with the fangs in versus not having any fangs in. Not having any fangs in, I have a bit of a lisp. Not having any dentures in, I really have a lisp. But with the top plate and the fangs in, I actually am rather eloquent. So, yay. Now, I also do spicy work. I am over on some of the fan sites and whatnot. I am more towards the DOMME side. I do a little bit of picture taking, yes, but I am working towards doing more audio and doing more video, but again, usually clothed much like this, and being sultry, but darn it. So, yeah. And again, I don't mind people asking all manner of questions, just make sure you're, civil, polite, and slightly coded when you ask them. I know that was a lot of information, so feel free to ask more nuanced questions if you need to as well. Also, I have a very odd and large vocabulary, so if you do not understand a word or something that I've said, it's okay to ask what that means. I will either explain it or find a different word that will make a little bit more sense. I never assume that people have a smaller vocabulary than me, so it's not a hoity-toity thing, it's not an elitist thing, it's not a, oh, I think I'm better, that's why I'm using big words. I'm like, nah, I just always use big words, so I lived in Southern California. I'm a Gemini, clearly, and I actually cut off my family. So they needed to be no contact. I have a sibling, but I am no contact with pretty much all of my family. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the pumpkins. I love the Halloween shit. Yeah. Yeah. I had to cut off my parents first. They were honestly my worst abusers, but it turns out that my sibling was no more trustworthy than they were, so yeah. Never feel bad for cutting off family. They're often your first bullies, which sucks. Oh yes, somebody asked how I got this shiny. In the palettes, in the palettes, there are ones that have like a soft shimmer. So I'll do a neighbor color, like the color that I want in that soft tone, and then I do the shimmer over the top of it, and it gives it a little bit of more of that dewy look. What made me go on fan sites? I already have the proclivities to be a DOMME. I've lived the lifestyle very, very quietly for about 20 some odd years, and seeing as you can't do that stuff here per se, I went there because I knew that that particular side of my craft would be much more welcome. I am always enjoying new clients. I love to meet new people in that particular regard. And I do tend to start soft because I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page, that we all want the same thing, and that all the hard limits are not only known but observed. So yeah, I am all about enthusiastic, you said. If you're not enthusiastic about being there, and enthusiastic doesn't mean, oh my god, yay! Enthusiastic just means, yep, I definitely want to do this. Oh yeah, this is good. Okay, here's my hard limits, here's my soft limits, here's my safe word, da da da. Okay, great, we both understand? Awesome. Let's make this happen. So yeah, I like to be well-informed, and I also like to make sure the people I'm working with are well-informed. I am currently single, and I will stay that way until somebody actually meets my standards. I have learned the hard way that I am very particular and that certain standards need to be met, or else it's not going to be a vibe for very long. Yes, DOMME, or DOM, is a dominant type personality who takes charge in a power dynamic situation. Sometimes it's a little bit more, ooh my, schmexy, and sometimes it's actually much more banal. There's plenty of wrong ways to do BDSM, but there's also a lot of ways to do it right, and you can tailor it to fit your taste. Not everything has to be harsh, not everything has to be nasty, not everything has to be 50 shades. It can be very calm, it can be very banal, it can be very relaxing, and have quite a bit of refinement to it. So yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, you know, not to bring up he who does not get named around here, but like, yeah, I had a person who I thought was a friend that I was making, who didn't quite hit all the standard marks, but I'm like, you know, I gotta be a little bit more chill, okay? And you know, it ended up not working out. Oh my goodness, thank you. Wow. Thank you so much for the roses, for the liking, the loving, the sharing, and the now over 16, damn, we're almost at 17K likes. Thank you very much. You are absolutely fantastic. You're very welcome. I appreciate very much that you asked in a very civil tone with etiquette, with common courtesy. I appreciate those. And for anybody who is a subscriber, if you want to get your free card pull, just let me know anytime that you're on, or anytime that I'm on, I should say. I only ever read live. I never slide to DMs. I'm too introverted and millennial for that shit. So be careful if anybody ever slides into your DMs saying, "Hey, I'm so and so. I'm no, 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 no." Yeah. After the last 2 or 3 bad relationships in a row, where they presented themselves very much one way, and then when they finally understood that you cannot change me, you cannot tell me what to do and how to be and how to dress and how to express myself, that I am not to be corralled. Yeah. I'm like, do I want to be in a relationship so that I'm not alone, or do I want to be happy? I chose happy. Hello from West Virginia. How do you do? Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Wow, 2 subscribers? Ah, thank you. I appreciate that. Right. I mean, hey, it was part of that growing up phase where you're like, oh, I'm not happy. I think happy is a better thing, because right now I feel like walking off a bridge. Right. Which is why I'm so very open and honest and very blunt about who and what I am and what I do up front. Because I don't want to get into a relationship and then spring that on somebody. I would much rather let that be known up front, and that way they can't go, oh my goodness, you surprised me, I didn't know any of these things. I'd be like, no, I told you all these things in the beginning for a reason. So that if any of those were a deal breaker or something you could not deal with, then we could go separate ways without the hard feelings. So, yeah. Which is why I let people know up front, yes, I'm a spicy worker. Yes, I have dominant-leaning tendencies, but I do not necessarily bring all of that back to the relationship. Although I would like some of that in the relationship. Just saying. Hello, how are you doing? So, $5 per card. If you go to the Blinks and Lao, there are plenty of payment methods there. I read between 1 and 10 cards, depending on how many you pay for. And then I only ever read live. That way you know that you're getting your cards read by me up front. I never do it like on the back channels or, slide into your DMs. Hey, just like when I'm a dom, I wait for people to come to me, because people who need my services will come to me, and I'm okay with that. So yeah, I sit, I shuffle, I read cards, and I'm an intuitive reader. I am not necessarily a clairvoyant where I see sharply into the future and I can tell you what people's faces look like. I can give you what the feel of the situation is, what to avoid, what the overall temperature of the room is, basically. Oh. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, we've got all of the things. So, this is the side view. This is a Victorian style corset. This is the side view. This is my rib cage. This is my waistline. Everything gets pushed up, and the overall weight gets redistributed back down onto my hips. So it takes a lot of the stress, strain, and need to hold upright off of my upper back and places it down on my hips, which is a lot easier. A 1-card read will give you like a good overall of what your situation you're dealing with currently, or roughly how the next couple days are gonna go. It sometimes depends on which card decides to pop out. Major arcana tend to be larger life experiences that are a little bit more important. Minor arcana tends to be a little bit more day-to-day, just look out for or be aware of these kind of things. Yeah, oh my goodness, yeah, no, a desk job, that'll wreck your back on something just awful. I do German steel, 1/4-inch German steel, every seam line basically, and I adore it because it definitely holds me bolt upright. It is not something I can easily lean over in. This is not an Amazon corset. I actually make these for myself to hold the tides. Sorry, a certain amount of surface area needs to be in contact. You're so close to my face, why? There we go. Sorry, the foot didn't want to sit correctly. Hello, darlings, how are we doing today? Feeling good? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I heard somebody knocking. It's actually somebody next door. Right? It's a fantastic tabletop. Best shelves in the Shire. Yes, I did a Renaissance fair for like 10-15 years. And I I also have ADHD, so if I get bored, I start inventing ways to keep myself not bored. So I learned how to balance some shit. I could suck the air out of a soda can. Like, yeah, I have some funny ass stupid human tricks. That is wonderfully sweet in the right way. I'm also gonna drink water, because I know I should. So the move got moved back by about 2 months. The place that I plan on moving to, they had to have the shower fully removed, and apparently it's an older shower, so they don't readily make that model, and they have to get it done professionally. I do appreciate that they are getting everything done professionally, but yeah, they moved back the move-in date by roughly 2 months. It was supposed to be November, but it looks like it's going to be closer to January. But I'm going to go ahead and just, do what I normally do and try to keep everything working. Oh, yes. So, if you are a subscriber, which you are, I'm going to go ahead and mix, and I can pull your one card for you, because that is one of the subscribers' perks. Yes, absolutely. And this is the this is a Shadowscape deck. It tends to be very, very blunt. Right? Story of my life. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Honestly, at this point, I just need to start manifesting more traffic on the fan sites, and I need to be also a little bit more consistent over there on the fan sites, but yeah. Funny enough, of all of the jobs, even though this spicy work is like the hardest struggle bus I've ever been on, I have never been more fucking motivated. I honestly, I want to do this for like the next 20 years. I know for some people that just seems very odd, but like I would absolutely adore being able to work as a dom for like the next 20 years and become like a fixture in the culture, as it were. I don't need the fame and fortune per se. Okay, the fortune would be a little bit nice just so I could help other people. But like, I don't need like the fame and fortune, the absolute recognition. But like being able to be present in a community and be a good influence, especially for new people coming in who maybe don't know nearly as much and need gentle education, I would appreciate being able to do that for the next several decades. So let's get our first card pulled for Justin. Oh, why is the 4 of Wands? How many parties are y'all throwing? 4 of Wands keeps showing up, which is not a bad thing. So the 4 of Wands is getting ready for the party or getting ready for a celebration. This feels more like a small get-together with friends. Probably friends you haven't seen for a while. Low-key, just doing something fun. Don't pressure yourself to do a big thing. Just go, have fun, low-key, be yourself. Remember, it's still your friends. You don't have to show up or do anything extra just because you haven't seen them for a while. Like, they are there for you. They are showing up for you, the friend that they know and love. Even if you used to be a bit more of a party animal or a bit more of a flashy person, if you've calmed down, it's okay to show yourself calmed down to your friends. They will understand that, hey, A, you're getting older. B, maybe you've just learned a bit more, and you're like, I don't need to be that kind of frat boy anymore. I don't need to be that kind of wild party person anymore. I can still be fun and be a little bit more chill. So yeah, go, have fun, enjoy your friends, and just be yourself, and don't feel pushed to be more than who or what you are, because people change over time, and that is okay. If we all stayed the same all the fucking time, we'd honestly be boring as shit, because it would prove that we haven't learned anything until you burned yourself out. So yeah. Be just who you are. Hey, Garlic, how you doing, darling? Okay, and after... And then Warrior. Warrior Squirrel. I do not know why it took me that long to read the last part of your name, Warrior Squirrel. I fucking love that. That is funny as shit. So I will be doing more audio, and usually I do private sessions when it comes to being a dom. You were waiting. I love that. I love that so much. I like tongue-in-cheek. I love a little joke to everything. But yeah, I will be doing some audio. I will be doing some instructional videos. I'm trying to get into the right headspace first. Because at first, like, when I was trying to do some of the instructionals, the voice wasn't clicking, the rapport was not clicking with what I was saying. I'm just like, I get that other people might, but I'm not clicking with what I'm saying. I have refined the character, the persona of Inna Bathory quite a bit more, and now when I'm doing instructional, I'm like, oh yeah, this fits way better. So yeah, I've gained a lot more confidence towards the camera, as it were. So, but yeah, usually when I am doing dom work, it is a professional, private, one-on-one, and what I do in those sessions is between me and the person who has got my time. I am usually this level of clothed. I do a lot of vampire work, or werewolf, whatnot. Value my time as you would value your time, and we will be just fine. But there's always like at least a 15 to 30 minute consultation before doing anything. So don't just think you're like, oh, I'm just gonna, whip out a quick half-hour session. I like to talk first, because I want to be able to tailor the experience. Not everybody likes the same thing, and BDSM power dynamics of all varieties take refinement and take actual discussion, so that you don't trip and trigger bad responses from people. Because some people like to be talked down to, but if you use a particular word, it evokes some very negative feelings that will take them out of the headspace that they want to be in. So I like to discuss beforehand, okay, so what are we expecting? What are we thinking? What are the words that you like versus the things that you don't like? What are the actions that you like versus the ones you don't like? What are we going with here? Okay, here's where my hard limits are. Here's where your hard limits are. Here's where our safety word is. And either person can safety word, by the way. I need to let people know that. If your person, your dominant person, your contract person is suddenly not feeling the vibe, or they sense that you are really not in a good headspace, they may go, hey, we gotta stop. We gotta talk. Are you okay? I also like to build in roughly 5 to 10 minutes for the shorter sessions of aftercare, and making sure the person's in the right headspace before they go off for the night. Because getting into headspace, it can be a bit of a trip, especially for a first time. Hello, thank you so much. Hello, thank you for joining the team. Thank you for all the likes, the loves, the subs. I really do appreciate it. My goodness, we're almost at, wow, we're over 20. We're over 19K. We're almost at 20K likes. Thank you so much, darlings. You are doing amazing. I really do appreciate this. My goodness. Squirrel, I don't think I pulled yet for you, so let me go ahead and do that. Ace of Cups in reverse. Cups tend to be opportunity. In reverse, though, it doesn't feel negative. It weirdly enough, usually, you know, upside down is a reverse or a negative connotation. Aces tend to be new beginnings or new starts to things. So, how to put this? Feels like an opportunity was just about handed to you, but it felt like somebody fumbled the bag. And it fell through. But honestly, as much as it sucked to see the opportunity fall through, it's not a bad thing. It wasn't the right opportunity for you. It would have been like drinking bad wine. It's wine, sure, but it would have left a bad taste in your mouth overall. So that fumble might have actually saved you a lot of aggravation. Do your best to just clean up the spill and you know, just clear off the table, reset it. The waiter will be right back with a new glass for you. But yeah, that don't worry about that. That would have really left a nasty taste. You would be like, is this wine from Chernobyl? The like, yeah, no, it wasn't the opportunity that it was purported to be. They're like, oh, it's all these great things, and you're like, but is it? But is it? But is it? Yeah. If it is high agitation, let it go. Let it go. So yeah. Let it go by the wayside. Reset the table, and this time around, set your intention very, very clearly. Like, give a bit of a roadmap to the universe for it to follow. Because sometimes a random opportunity is not always the best opportunity, if you know what I mean. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's my own brand. I don't know what else to tell you. You're welcome, my dear. Hello, darlings. How are we doing tonight? I'm glad you keep finding me. I'm glad that the FYP is listening and bringing you back. If you haven't already, do feel free to follow me. I do tend to be on roughly 6 o'clock each night during the week. Absolutely. Let's get you red, Melina. And do feel free to find me other spaces as well. The throne room tends to have the keys to the kingdom. I'm on the West Coast, so I am Southern California, born, bred, raised. And I tend to be here 6 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, to roughly 9 o'clock-ish Pacific Standard Time. The back is doing a lot better. I still have to do a decent amount of sitting, but I can finally wear the corset long enough to let it actually do its job, so yay. Hi, so far doing pretty good. How are you doing? The Magician, upside down. If you overuse your own personal magic, it becomes a party trick. In other words, it loses some of its potency. And it feels like you've been reaching in the hat for the rabbit and not being able to pull it out. You're just like, oh, nope, that's a handful of nothing. That's a half-eaten apple core. Like, it feels like you don't have that same Midas touch that you normally would. And it may be that you've kind of overused that power, that strength that you have, and you haven't, like, I won't say that you haven't fostered it or you haven't built it up enough, but it needs a little bit more rest in between. Good night, Warrior Squirrel. Have a good one. It needs a little bit more rest in between. You don't always have to be magic. You can do a lot of things just through, hard work, dedication, and just hands-on. You don't always have to do the most. So give yourself a little bit of grace and a little bit more respite in between the big party tricks. It'll come back to you. Don't worry. It's fine. It's just that, again, yeah, sometimes when you overuse, you don't have enough to draw from, so it comes out a big goose egg, as it were. So take your time, breathe, reinvest in yourself, refocus, and then do the thing. You'll be fine. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. How do we do tonight? Pardon as I stand up for a touch. And yes, I'm like 5'10" in these boots, and I love it. So my normal is 5'4", so short. So my landlord is supposed to come in tomorrow to take a look underneath the sink. That's why I've been getting everything cleaned up and a little bit more organized. And then I'm also going to let them in on the shower situation, because I've only been able to take baths. The shower situation is fucked. But again, that is not my fault. They were the one who decided not to get, I guess, professionals to do it. And they did not caulk around the metal plating that's over the water handle. So moisture has been seeping in for quite some time. And that wall is definitely bowed. So it's fucked. Oh my goodness, you lost your ability to walk correctly. That holds you down. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh honey. My back goes out. That's hell on earth. That is, I can only imagine what it'd be like to lose the ability to walk correctly. That, I am so sorry. I hope that gets resolved in a good way. Yeah, it looks like my move out date is probably going to be a lot closer to January instead of November. But I'm going to try and take that as a good thing. I'm going to try and take that as okay, I've got a couple more months to build audiences, maybe get a little bit more stabilized in the communities that I need to get stabilized in. I'm trying to look at it as a good thing. I am trying to look at it as a good thing. But, yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, it's like, the more I look around, the more I'm just noticing things are like... So I don't have an Amazon wish list. I do have a Throne wish list. I really need to go through and, like, review it more fully. I've got some wardrobe stuff on there. I've got some tech stuff on there for like streaming and whatnot. You can also like donate directly cash-wise on any one of those. And I put those usually towards like content creation. So like if I go grocery shopping, I will show you the full haul. I will show you some of the stuff that I cook, especially if I'm doing it on live. I should probably go into Throne and get some more makeup listed because I really want to try like graphic makeup. So instead of being like eyeliner, eyeshadow, it's more like a palette that you can dip a wet brush across and then literally paint with. And seeing as I am a watercolor artist, it'd be kind of fun to actually try painting instead of just powdering. I do not use creams on my face. Foundation clogs my pores very quickly and very, very badly. So I always have a terrible reaction to it. So I mostly use powders, but I think if I could add in some graphic paints and whatnot, I think I'd have a very fun time with that. So yeah. Also, I have more props also listed on that. Because who doesn't love a good prop? I've got to learn. Yes. I use Fenty, but like very, very sparingly, only because it's very expensive. But I think I have one nice Fenty foundation. It was like $34, so I use that shit sparingly. And I'm like, right now though, my makeup is actually improving, so I think I might do 1 or 2 looks, especially this weekend when I do the photo shoot. I might actually put on like full face makeup and kind of go from there, because I want it to turn out the best I can get. So, oh, since I am standing. So, I want everybody to get up. I want you to either get something to drink, something to eat, make sure you've had your, evening meds and whatnot, but also just get up and stretch a little bit. I'm going to go take a quick bio break. You may as well. Please do. I'll see you in a few. I'm just going to leave that on because it's not a far walk. Hello, darlings. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna light some salad. Pardon. Yes, I garden. Occasionally. It's the anxiety. What can I say? Good coffee. I have had my hair straightened once, and I looked like a feminine version of Terry Crews in Idiocracy. Straight hair does not look right on me. My face is too round, as are the rest of my features, and it was bad. It was bad. It was just bad. I have all this lovely fluffy mane, and I think I'm gonna keep it that way. I do not look right with straightened hair. What are card reads? So I do tarot card reading. Hello, I am a witch. I do tarot card readings. I'm a spicy witch at that. I have fan sites. There are stuff, you know. I'm that kind of fun and wacky. But basically, you just follow the blinks in Lio. It's $5 per card, between 1 and 10 cards. And yeah, you just go, you pay, you come on back, and I read for you live. And I only ever read live. I never slide into DMs and like, hey, do you want a permanent? No. Too millennial for that shit, too introverted for that shit. So I only ever read live, and I like it that way. Yeah, no, me and straight hair was... It's the same reason I can't do layered looks when it comes to my hair. I end up looking like a show poodle, because curly hair has a lot of lift and bounce, and while it may look one particular length when it's wet, the moment it dries, that is a whole different thing. And yeah, no, it wasn't good. Hello, Dr. Pepper. How do you do? Right. I love that poofy, wild, curly mane. It looks a little JBF every day. You know, I absolutely adore that. And usually it's like a little bit of moisturizer, a little bit of conditioner. Trying to get it, you know, to do its thing. Sometimes I do like rollers when I want the ringlets and whatnot, but I love just the very full curly hair. A little bit wild. Always a little bit wild. Actually, I want to pull this up just a touch. There we go. Floof, floof, floof. Floof, 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 floof. Amanda! That is a predator! What are you doing? I'm just pooping. Bloop, 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 bloop. Ah, eccentric. So eccentric means somebody who's a little over the top, a little bit quirky, a person who participates in many different things, and there is no like rhyme or reason to what they do per se. As Moana's grandmother said, I'm the village crazy lady. That is like one of the best ways to explain eccentric. They just kind of do their thing. They do their own thing. They have their own vibe, and if you vibe with them, awesome. If you don't, But I would definitely say that some of the stuff I do is rather eccentric. It is my own thing, my own nerdy ass thing. I don't expect everybody to vibe with that, and I'm okay with like not being everybody's cup of tea or everybody's shot of whiskey. You know, I don't necessarily need 20 million followers to feel fulfilled. I appreciate a good tight-knit community where we're from all walks of life, and maybe we all have a slightly different vibe, but we all vibe together overall. So, yeah. Although it would be really nice if TikTok would now let me up past 20.1, which seems to be the new holding point that they have me at. Aw, thank you. So yeah, Sanguine Threads, Sanguine the person, This is just my personality type. This is not a persona. This is not a character or anything. Like, this is just me. When I slide into the accent of Inabathery, on the other hand, that tends to have a bit more wit, a bit more sharpness to it, and it's going to be interesting, and also quite a bit more body in many ways. So that's the persona, is Inabathery. And yes, I do have an Inabathery account, but I only have the Sanguine Threads and the Inabathery account. So if it's got a weird spelling, or if it's got like numbers and shit behind it, that is not me. I'm weird about numbers. I hate random numbers. Oh god. Sanguine Threads 337.9. Why? Why would you pick those numbers? But yeah, this is also why I pretty much leave myself open to be asked anything, is so that, you know, if people do need an explanation as to what is going on, who I am, what I am, they can feel free to ask, as long as it's put forth in a polite manner and put in such a way that is civil. I've got no problem answering questions, because trust me, I know there's a lot of questions. Let's see, this... So, actually, I'm a denture wearer. This is actually a plate denture, and then I make my own fangs out of a substance called friendly plastic, aka thermoplastic. I think I've got it around here somewhere. There it is. You can find it in the cosplay section. And so I take a couple of these pellets and put them in hot water and then shape fangs from them. And then the fangs are just fixadented onto the dentures, and the dentures put in, and then makeup goes on around it. And yeah, I am more articulate with the fangs in versus no fangs in. Thank you. I do try to actually follow tooth anatomy, at least somewhat, so that they blend in a little bit more. Like, my number one issue with, like, the Party City fangs, pardon me, goodness, is they go way up above the gum line, relative to the teeth that they're around. And they look molded, but that molding doesn't really follow any sort of anatomical tooth. So predators, things like dogs with canines, felines, they have a very particular shape to the tooth. And it's because it's for a very specific purpose. So for cats, they have a very, like, sharp, almost needle-like point they are meant to penetrate. Dogs, and these are slightly more canine-like. Dogs, they have a little bit of a curve and a little bit of a blunting. They're meant less for penetration per se and much more for grip. So yeah, they go in and they hold. Same thing with, like, sharks and serpents. They've got that long, sharp, but a more severe hook, and those are for better hold. So yeah, I actually follow the anatomical structure of teeth, especially canines, so that they look more natural in my mouth. Sorry, that was a long-ass explanation. I also do have ADHD. I do tend to go down rabbit holes and a lot of tangents, so welcome to that. Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen a cat, like a cat's tooth, like a domestic cat's tooth especially? Those things are like daggers. They are short, they are sharp, they are mean. Whew. Thank you. I used to have a planted aquarium, but since I knew I was going to be moving, I went ahead and surrendered my pets, which were just fish and frogs. I don't have cats. I kind of want one, but also I found out I am mildly allergic to them, so over time that would not be great. I would love to own a dog at some point. I think in the future, when I buy a house, I would very much like to have a house with a nice big yard and get myself a couple of really big, numbskulled pit bulls or bully breeds. Those are my favorites because they are such sweet dogs. And I love big dogs. I love big dogs. I'm also pansexual. And while I do somewhat lean towards liking kind of big, beefy himbo types, first and foremost, I like a good conversation. So, yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I made part of it, and the rest of it is from Sheen and Adore Me. There are actually some cats that do resemble so Maine Coons or forest cats, Japanese bobs or Japanese bobtailed. There are the Bengals, the Egyptian Mau. I do not ever recommend a Savannah cat because they are part of them is bred from wild stock servals, and fuck the person who ever goddamn bred a domestic with a fucking wild animal, because you have just added in the most unpredictable elements of wild animal in a household. Like, I have as much vitriol for Savannah cats as I do for wolf dogs. And I recognize, like, wolf dogs and coyo dogs, sometimes that's just, hey, your dog got out and came back with some problems. Let's just put it that way. But, like, the people who purposefully breed that kind of shit, get railed, you asshole. Sorry, I'm very passionate about that. Right. Oh, you have a Doberman! Oh, I love Dobies. They're and like, I would never have my dog's ears or tailed cropped. So like, if you see me and they got big floppy ears, it's because I wanted it that way. And if you see them with cut ears, I probably got them from the pound. Poor puppy. But yeah, like, I love Dobies. They're big old mama's boys. They're just Between Dobies, Rotties, Pitties, oh my goodness. Like, I am like a fucking white woman when it comes to big dogs. Okay, people are like, that's a large predator. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm gonna pet it. They're like, for fuck's sake, no. I'm like, don't worry, I'm gonna wrestle you. And half the time the dog is like, the fuck is going on? I was minding my own damn business, and now I'm being petted. Oh. Okay, I guess I don't have to fight them that hard. I love them, though. I absolutely love those big numbskulls. Right. And here's the thing. It is honestly not recommended that dogs get their ears cropped in any variety unless they are like literally dragging ground. It is almost never recommended that you crop the tail or the ears of a dog, especially not the ears, because the ears are the cover. Dogs have very, very sensitive eardrums, and if debris and particulate get into the ears, they can get some really nasty infections. That can affect the way that they walk, that can affect the way they eat, it can affect like everything about how they function, and it is so painful for them, the poor pups. So yeah, leave the ears uncropped at the very least. Certain dogs do have tail issues where they will wag so hard that they repeatedly sprain, fracture, or break their tails. So I understand certain breeds may be cropping their tail. Maybe. But that's more of a case-by-case basis. Oh, you want a Cane Corso? Oh my god, I fucking love Cane Corsos. Oh, I love Cane Corsos because they just look like a supersized pit bull, basically, and it just makes me want to fucking wrestle and cuddle them more. Right, I love them with floppy ears. Oh, they're just big gremlins, and when they smile, they get, that big dumb gremlin smile. Oh my god, I can't stop myself. I just, I see that big gremlin smile, I'm like, I'm gonna love you. Ooh, I have not seen the Highland Lynx cat. Ooh. Thank you. $1.25 store. I absolutely adore them. Oh, okay, yeah. That has at least some relevancy. But yeah, like, too many times I've seen where people have overcropped the ears. They're going for that mean, tough look, but, like, instead of still leaving them a good portion of ear so it stands on point like Adobe's, they cut them short and almost to this area, which it's not good. Because here's the other thing. A dog's ears are very important on releasing and radiating heat. Dogs are not able to regulate their body like humans do because they don't sweat. So their two options for getting rid of excess heat are through the ears and drooling on basically on their forepaws and letting it evaporate. So if your dog doesn't have their ears, they're not radiating heat in a safe manner, and that can lead to exhaustion, overheating, heat stroke, heat exhaustion, sunstroke, sun exhaustion. So yeah, it just leaves them more susceptible to certain things. So just be super careful. And again, I don't blame people who are like, I got them from the pound. Like, don't worry. Or they're like, hey, they kept getting them into trouble and we ended up having to do it. It's the people who like automatically crop. I'm like, fucking stop doing that. Fucking stop doing that. Like, treat your dog like a dog. And these are the same people who refuse to get their pet neutered or spayed. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? It makes me just ragey. I used to have a big 65-pound brindle pit bull named Hazy. And I fucking loved that dog so GD much. And yeah, she was like one of the best dogs I ever freaking had. And I only had her for a very, very short while, and unfortunately, she got sick and there was no fixing it. So, I miss her too. But you gotta love a good pet. They will stick with you forever. Right? Yeah. And here's my other thing is like, if your pet gets ill or severely injured, please don't prolong their severe discomfort because you're being selfish. If an animal is suffering, think of what is best for them, because you can process your emotions, you can grieve. Your pet's not going to understand why you keep it in severe pain for an extended period of time. Remember your pet for the good stuff, for the happy times. Don't make them suffer extra, please. And I say this only because I went away for a couple of weeks to house sit for a friend, and that's when she got ill. And when I came back, the dog had gone from being about 65 pounds down to about 45 pounds. And that is not a good weight to draw. So when I saw her, I'm like, this is not good. Let's go get some results. Got the results back, and it was even worse. And I'm like, we need to do what's right. And no, we can make her comfortable. We can make her comfortable. I watched her suffer for like another month. And then again, when I had to go away because I was helping somebody else out for a couple days, it got so much worse. And I'm like, I told you not to let her suffer. And they're like, well, we didn't know. We thought. I was like, she wasn't getting better. There was no getting better from what she was diagnosed with. So no. Ah. Mm-hmm. Pardon as I wipe down. Oh, I hate that. I do not like. Nope. Makes me look like I filleted a trailer hitch. That is not the look I was going for. Try this over again. Warm. Rather warm. Not horribly warm, just rather warm. I think we got up into like the upper 80s today. So I've got my AC running, of course. But not too bad. Cool enough that I can still wear my corset, so yay. But yeah, we had cooler weather last week and then suddenly right back up into those high 80s. I'm hoping it'll go down a little bit more. But yeah, October, we have what everybody else would consider probably a mild summer weather well into October, sometimes even into November. That's California. That is honestly just California for you. And then, of course, right around December, January, that's when it drops towards the 40s. And then that's where we all lose our minds because we forgot what cold was. We can handle heat. It's the cold that confounds us. Pardon as I scoot up into place. So, hello everybody. Thank you for getting me the over 20K. Thank you. I'll be on till about 9 o'clock tonight. That looks better. Okay. No, because I've always lived in below foothills. The foothills will get like a dusting every now and again. The mountain area is what gets snow, but those, again, they don't get snow usually until like deeper parts of December into like January, February. I'm currently in Long Beach, so we are not in an elevation that gets snow. We're much, much closer to sea level. And I'm a couple of miles away from the seaside, but we still get like a nice, good, cool breeze going on here. So yay! If we get snow in these areas, we all have a little panic attack. Honestly, we're just like, is that snow? Is it? What do we do? I don't have snow tires. Do I need chains? What do we do? Like we honestly panic if we ever got snow in these areas. We would not know what to do with ourselves. It would be comedy. Hey Sonny, how you doing, darling? Hello, hello. How are you, my dear? One last fit check, I guess. Hopefully your day at your job wasn't too stressful. Yeah. Look, not all of us are as smart as those people were. Like, some of us know what the kale is, but some people have never seen anything other than a light sprinkle, and it shows. Hello, pets. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Actually, if you don't mind, I'm going to have a little salad myself. It's been a bit of a long day, and you look that way. I'm going to go light the incense. I'll be right back. Remember, children, moderation, moderation, moderation. And some of that shit is always bad for you, but, you know, do what you gotta to keep your mind a little bit closer to sane. Sorry, that was my knee that you just heard pop. And it felt really good, though. So, what's everybody up to? How's our late night / evening going? Oh, this is helping. This is helping. Sorry, I've had anxiety mostly because all the things that I need to do, and I never seem to be able to get everything done all at once. I don't know, I don't understand how I'm supposed to get it done all at once, but you know, when you set up a list of 100 things and you only get 10 of them done, even if they're 10 big things, if you have an ADHD brain like mine, you're like, damn it, I didn't get all 100, and they're like, some of these things are multi-days, like, what the fuck? There we go. Oh, darling. No, the girls are really girling today. Like, honestly, they are really girling today, so it's not just you. Even I'm going. And the framing is just, it's so fantastic. I'm just like, I'm not mad at this. Yes, it does. So, when it comes to electric kale, I tend to use Indicouch and the more hybridized stuff. I can't do the Tiva. I can't do the Tiva. The Tiva is not good for me. It actually activates a lot of my anxiety. So a little bit of hybrid helps to calm down that nervousness reaction, and it still leaves me very much alert and aware so that I can actually interact and I can get things done and whatnot. If I have the Indicouch, I tend to just I'm just gonna be jamming out over here and just chill. That's when you'll see me playing Overwatch on Mayhem mode. When I have it, just a little bit of Indicouch, and yeah, that gets my brain into the right space that I'm just finding nirvana. It's all good. Yeah, well, I mean, if he has ADHD and he seems really, really hyper, find something that actually has more stimulation, whether that is physical stimulation or mental stimulation, and let them hyper-focus on it. Trust me, that ADHD, it is, you can't fight it. It is better to learn to work with it, and then sometimes also medicate with it. But yeah, let the creativity run free. That's the best advice I can give. My salad was called guava, and apparently it is a hybrid, and I feel much better. Although my eyes are a little squinty. So, what's everybody up to? Oh, good. I do still have a little coffee in there. Let me go get some cream. So my sibling growing up, he has ADHD, and they put him on some pretty heavy medication very, very quickly. And he got through school, but it was a struggle. I have ADHD. It is self-diagnosed. When I had a propensity to go down rabbit holes and learn a bunch of information and whatnot, because that's how mine manifested. They just saw it as me being very, very smart. And, oh, of course, we must put you in special classes. So I never was on medication. I was just forced to be hyper smart, hyper focused. I burned myself out so bad. But I had to learn to basically alter and mask my nature. So one day when I did finally try a bit of medication, that was wild. It was so incredibly different, and I almost did not know how to be. It was a little bit of Adderall, and my head had never been that quiet. Like, my thought space had never been silent. I compete with, a committee, basically. Just all the different thoughts, and, I'm kind of picking my way through. Adderall narrowed my focus to, here, and only one voice. And it was wild, because it's not that I necessarily got everything done that I wanted to get done, but if I went on a thought process, it was a thought process. it became the hyper focus. I got shit done that day. Like, I had a list of 10 things I wanted to get done. I got 8 of the 10 things done. Normally, I would have gotten 4, maybe 5 if I had really stressed for it. But yeah, it was wild, it was kind of scary, and it didn't feel like me. And I have learned, instead of like constantly masking or constantly getting medicated, that if I just kind of work with my ADHD instead of against it, I can solve a lot of my problems. It's still an ongoing work. It's not perfect, but I still get to feel like myself at the end of the day. That part. Yeah, and that's sometimes the problem, is when you dampen kind of one sense, that anxiety builds up inside, and when it manifests, it can be very angry or very manic. And yeah, like it's a balancing act, and for some people, medication absolutely does work. Absolutely does work. And for some people, it does not feel good, and it does not compute well with the way we interact with the world. And I'm one of the people, I'm like, a little electric kale helps to balance me out, and I'm able to do quite a bit more. But yeah, like medication I don't think would be necessarily for me. There we go. Oh, and it doesn't help. I have lipstick on my fingers. Like, where does it keep coming from? Oh, it's on my fingers. Thank you. Sorry, I had a little bit on my fingers. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to think of what kind of content I should make tonight. And then maybe I should get up early and do a bit more organizing and cleaning. Yeah, that looks better. That looks better. Hello, hello. Yeah. So, my bestie took Addie for a couple of weeks on ADHD. Felt like I didn't know her when she was on it. Yeah. And I will tell you right now, I did not feel like I was myself at all. Thank you. Yeah, like something that brings them, into a calm space that they're comfortable with. I'm all here for it. But yeah, like just, for some people it works, for some people it doesn't. Yes, well, for me it does. I wear my corset snug like a hug. It is Victorian style to help lift the F cups that I'm sporting here. And it helps my back actually realign itself. It gives it quite a bit more support, so I'm a lot more comfortable. So yeah, if it wasn't for the corsets, my back would be in much worse shape. I do occasionally listen to K-pop. Stray Kids, I just started getting into them. Blackpink. What's the GX? I'm like slowly getting into it. I am terrible with names, but I do love listening to the music. I find it really catchy. I also do kind of follow, not specifically the drama between groups or anything like that, but like the way the way K-pop groups and idols are treated by management, I do occasionally pop my head in on that kind of news, because their managers over there, it is definitely borderline slavery, and I hope all the best for these groups, because I really do want them to succeed and enjoy their music, but I also really hope that they are able to get out of those kind of horrific situations where they're being mistreated, where they're being starved, where they're being like forced to maintain a particular physique or look in order to be exploited and deeply underpaid. So yeah, like I really hope that their situation improves while also still being able to make their art. So yeah. Twinsies. ARTMS. Oh, okay. Ooh, I'll see if I can. Hey, Flizzy, how you doing? Flozzy. Forming words is a little bit hard. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. I didn't want to assume, because I had a little salad. So I did not want to assume that I'm like, I think I know what that spells, but maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm underthinking it. Knowing me, I'm probably overthinking it. Artemis. Okay. That makes sense. Actually, I think they may have shown up on my YouTube list. I'll have to take a deeper look at that. Woo! It's salad time. Salad is good. Oh, goodness. Ooh. I think I'm gonna do a couple of duets tonight. And then, I don't know if I'm gonna have more cleaning adventures in me, but, oh, actually I should probably move most of this stuff away from here so that they can get under there. I definitely gotta get up early for that. And yeah, I've got to put in some stuff. It is. It really is. It lifts. Okay, so like, I'll show you a side view. So I am a natural F. I am a good step above the triple Ds. So I've got all of this. And it also, goes back to here, because some of us, it just kind of goes all the way back. It's not all hang at the front. But, I injured my back a long time ago, and sometimes it gets pulled out of sorts. In fact, a couple days back, I was flat on my back. Nothing was working. Not fun. So putting a corset on lifts these and takes a lot of the strain off of my shoulders and my upper back, because my upper back is compensating hard. And it puts all that weight down across my hips. So my back is actually able to be cracked and popped and put back into place so that I can stand up straighter and put a lot less strain on those already somewhat weakened muscles that I have to now rehabilitate with physical therapy. Yay. Oh, thank you. I like doing an anime styled blush, so the blush does go all the way across the nose. You're not just seeing that. And then the eyeshadows are both MAC makeup, and then $1.25 eyelashes. I'm sorry, I misplaced the heel of my boot. I'm gonna put both feet firmly on the ground now. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for getting me well over 20k likes. Oh, I really appreciate that. Occasionally I wear wigs. I'm trying to figure out the best way to contain all of my hair and then put on the wig in such a way that it does not damage my hair, because I'm terrified of, like, the bald spots that you sometimes get if you, like, do heavy pinning for a long time. Like, I just gotta make sure that I'm giving myself some relax. But I've got some cute wigs. I just need to do a bit of styling on a few of them. Might as well fucking start doing that. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday? Yeah. Okay, so hold me to it. Poke me if you've got to. I think I'm gonna, after my landlord comes through, I think I'm gonna just start pulling out some projects and either working on some art or working on some sewing, some cosplay stuff, something, because fuck it. Let's do this noise. What am I waiting for? Ooh, I can bring you a few. Stay here. Let me bring you the one that's already on the post. So, got to do a little rebrushing on a few of these, but this is the Luna wig that I have, and I use that for Luna from Helva Balls. Yeah, squish. Oh yeah, little squishies. I'm sorry, I'm standing right in front. Yep, that's my little squish. A little horror melon or honey melon. Yeah. So I'm doing a little retool on her costume because the closet cosplay that I did was nice and everything, but it felt a little too far away from her outfits that she had worn. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to go back and I want to revisit the closet cosplay and refine it a little bit so it is a little bit more Luna from Helva Boss and a little bit more recognizable. So I can definitely work on some of that. That would be some easy fixes. Oh yes. I need to, of course, cut the bangs on this, or at least get them to a place where I like them, but this is I want to say this is like a 36-inch wig. I don't know if this is going to fit at all over my own hair, but yeah, like the bangs themselves, don't mind my actual hair, the bangs themselves, I want like pulled to the side, but like curled like that. So I just got to figure out a good way to affix the back side of the hair so that I got that little swoop and swirl. And then I've got, of course, these cute little, but I think I want to like maybe run a wire down there and then make them like into coils. So like adding just a little bit more body. So again, I need to get a little, I got hung up on myself. So I just need to get a little bit of styling done. And honestly, I need to find a way to store the wigs, because the way I'm currently storing them, it would destroy any forward progress. So I need to figure out a better storage system for them. But like, styling wigs was definitely something it was, I was not nearly as adept with. Okay, Puss in Boots. So this was going to be like my boy wig. So it definitely needs to be styled. But again, it's all about the fucking bangs. Yeah, like I can't even get it over my hair. I literally have to have my hair completely tied down. But yeah, it's like my very much like my boy wig. I was thinking of doing like the Oran style or the Host style, Black Butler. You know, get a little extension pieces, put them in to give it a little bit more flavor and whatnot. Right now, I don't know why I feel very Liza Minnelli instead. And those came with a little, I mean, these need some loving. They truly do. But they came with, like, these little side clippies. Oh my god, those are... Wow, that actually is halfway decent to my hair. They do need some love, but yes. Ah, she, her, thank you so much for asking. Right? Sunday church lady, I love you for that. That's fucking comedy right there. But yeah, I love these. These are like, I love the bouncy count. Like, I don't know why. I freaking love like bouncy curly, super long. I need to really get back into like the creation side of stuff. Because honestly, that's where I was headed, and then I think I took a left turn on something and lost my confidence. So here we are, building that confidence again. Again, this one could definitely use some love. I got this actually from a friend. And it needs love, but tell me this doesn't scream like Grecian goddess, bodice ripper, / so many other things. And again, it's about getting the bangs style. Trying not to sit on. I like to have one eye covered. I don't know why. That's just me. Right? And yeah, like if my hair is, you know, covered over a bit more by the black, or if I stuff it up into there, it's all this beautiful long coils. But yeah, I've got to style bangs, and the bangs are the bane of me. I've never had bangs. So I'm just like, what the fuck do I do with these things? But I do want to keep them because I love to have like that cut jawline with that swoosh, that sweep. So for this one, this will be a little bit easier. I just have to like style it, and then get my hair basically up into a bun, and then bobby pin the living daylights out of it. But this one looks really nice. I just have to have a good outfit to go with it. And honestly, I should do an Elvira-esque character. If I get this one done, I don't have to worry about my hair being done up under a fucking wig cap perfectly, because I can literally just tie it up in a bun, do a loose wig cap over it, and bobby pin it to shit and back. I can do an Elvira-esque character. something very reticent of like the Vampira and Lily Munster Forerunners, because we're doing an early 1900s Halloween. Right, one of the muses. Oh my god, yes. And then we've got this, and oh, this girl needs some loving and some recoiling, but I want to actually style this one. Again, we're not like putting it on, but like getting a quick general view. That doesn't feel right. So yeah, this one, the bangs definitely need to be heated and retreated. And again, I don't think I could do all of it on one side. I need I need a middle part. But I feel like I want to flip this out. I don't know if I want to make these curls heavier or if I want to just style them like with more texture, with more levels to them, so that it has a little bit more, just a little bit more personality. Or the other thing I could do is I could always take this and parse it out into, like, use the tracks in other wigs and give those wigs more flair just using pieces from here. So there's always that. And that would actually make my life a lot easier because I wouldn't have to buy wefts. Oh, you have her too? Ah. Right, yeah, it is a little poison ivy. I just think the color doesn't quite work with me. And so I think using it as an accent color in, like, in the purple wig, or in the shorter boy black wig, and then putting some red, you know, little flippy bits in it, I think that would just work really well. But yeah, like I would have to start going down the rabbit hole of how to style wigs in order to get there. Whew. But yeah, like, I have some wigs, I just need to get a little bit bolder. But yeah, putting on that Grecian wig, I think I could do that and do like strings of pearls kind of running through it. We'll do a sweep over to one side, have it kind of hook around that jawline. Do like a little frippy bit, maybe do like a little like a nice cute clippy or something that looks a little bit ornate. I think I have some ideas. Because I could use, I've got the really long, like the 4-inch fingernails. I could get a couple of those, resin them together, paint them down, and then decorate them and make them look like a little clippy clip, so it clips on, it's glittery, it looks homemade. Because I'm sort of going for like a Moulin Rouge poster girl. So if you know what the Moulin Rouge is, way back in the day, the actual Moulin Rouge, not just the Moulin Rouge that was located in Nevada, Las Vegas. The Moulin Rouge was a lovely, lovely house of quite some repute. Can girls, lots of entertainers, many dancers of all varieties. It was quite the show to go to. And they would take pictures of their girls, usually in one of their dance outfits, their little costumes and whatnot. You know, leaned, corseted, just, you know, presenting absolutely gorgeously. And that's how you would know which girl that you would want to come and see and have a box near. There was an entire movie about it with Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman. Right, yeah, it is. Like, if I were to, I think if I flipped out the edges just a touch, yeah, you'd have almost a Betty Boop-esque wig. You're not wrong. Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing? Right, and it would look good with the right outfit. Ooh. If I did the black and red corset, let's see how it fits. But if I do the black and red corset, and then add like maybe a sheer-ish skirt, ooh, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. But yeah, like, I think a Moulin Rouge poster girl. I'm starting to form the thing. I'm definitely going to have the vamp fangs on, because why not? But yeah, to look like one of those early 1900s, not quite silent film, but like really close to that silent film era. So I'm going to have to learn how to do those very dark, almost sunken eyes with those gently rouged lips, and then that very... Like, they did not wear much blush at all. It was like just a bare hint on the cheeks. So if I can learn how to do like early 1900s-ish makeup, I think I can work with that. Now the question becomes, do I want to be doing something that works in grayscale? Because, yeah, if I do something that also works in grayscale, if we take black and white or sepia-toned photos, ooh, that would work well. So, yeah, I really do need to learn their makeup, because makeup shows up very, very differently depending on, like, if you're doing black and white, full color, sepia-tone, certain other stuff. So their makeup was meant to very much show up on camera. And their cameras and their linographs, lithographs type stuff, they were very black and white or very slightly yellow-toned for the most part. Yeah, I think I could make that work. I've already pretty much got the corset together, so that takes one full piece off of my plate that I do not need to worry about. Ooh. If I did, let me get the material. So that red and black corset, the red and black corset, that as a caged petticoat, because they loved to show off, like, sometimes the petticoats into those beautiful, like, soft hosieries or bloomers. I think I want to do like a hosiery situation with the low cute heels that I have. And then do that as a robe. So that nice, beautiful sheer robe, so that you can see the corset underneath, but it layers over. Hey, Damon. But it layers over the corset to mute the red down even further. So when you take pictures of it in black and white, it'll show up a little bit more true. Ooh. Now I've just got to think, what do I want for the bottoms? I think I want to do a skirt of some variety, if anything. Or, I mean, if I can find the right material, I might put that out as a sponsorable project. If I can find the right material, maybe I can make like an old school set of underpinnings. So almost like a swim bottom type thing, just so I can do very much the vamp look. Ooh, very Moulin Rouge-esque. And then I've just got to think about, like, got the Grecian-esque wig, put pearls through it, get some clips to it. Definitely have to do sharp nails, like long sharp nails. I like these, but I want them to be a bit more dramatic. I might need to do gloves for that, though. I've got a good one. I've got to do a few more stress test runs on it and reset a couple of grommets. But yeah. So this would be the corset. And then I've got this black Grecian styled wig. Oops, I gotta get that up off the floor soon. Black Grecian styled wig that I was thinking of decorating with pearls, because I've got tons and tons and tons of pearl beads, faux pearl beads, and fingernails that I turn into like clips, like on bobby pins, that are just like festooned with the little nail charms and stuff that I have. And then for the robe, I want to do this soft. It's a polyorganza, but it's tulle basically. And it's gonna be warm in case it's a hot night, or I'm sorry, a cold night. Sometimes we do get those. And I'm just thinking of like what I want to cover the bottoms area, because I don't want it to cover. I want it to be slinky. I want it to be like the old school proto vamp, like Vampira, / a Moulin Rouge poster girl. And I was thinking of doing like a little, almost like a caged petticoat. So like just long enough to cover my, well, I'm sorry, you probably can't even see because I'm gesturing below the line. So, beautiful sheer robe, corset like this. I want to cover this area, but I would only want the hemline or the non-visible line to come to about here, you know, about palm level, not fingertip level. Then do, of course, you know, nice hosiery with the garter belts, and then maybe like have a little bit of a petticoat that comes to, you know, roughly above knee, but again, perfectly sheer so that you can see it. And then I know that I have horsehair braiding somewhere, so I know that I could basically create a cage pattern. So it would fluff out with a cage pattern, put a little bit of lace on there to give it a little bit more ooh la la. And then, yeah, that short skirt where you can't see anything, because the girls didn't necessarily show off everything, but they showed off as much as they could. I would be wearing just a nice, low, comfortable heel to go with that. Because it's, you know, I'm going to be at a friend's party and I don't feel like being uncomfortable. Plus, it's supposed to be early 1900s, so they didn't have, like, high heels, in the same way that we have modern high heels. So, yeah, I think that would work really well. I am suddenly starving. My God. Oh, what? I'm wearing my demonias. Here, wait. So yeah, those are my demonia boots. Torment is their name. I absolutely adore them. Thank you. Sorry, I popped out my fangs because I need a little something to eat. I was like, why am I? Oh, I'm slightly hungry. That's a little bit salty. The Shell's mac and cheese. I don't know why. I've had just a weird ass craving lately for certain foods, and I'm like, I had Arby's for once in a long time, and then I was like, frickin' Shell's mac and cheese. I really wanted it. Dope. That's just how I like to get dressed up when I'm on stream. I like to get dressed up when I go out of the house too, but I like to get dressed up when I go up on stream, and sometimes I have enough energy in me afterwards to actually go and do a bit of content making. Just life has decided to be incredibly hectic in this last week. And I was laid up for a few days, so I wasn't able to do any content making. I wasn't able to get any errands done, and now I'm playing catch up and just... But yeah, no, this is... I might not end up making any content tonight, which sucks. Ugh. Trust me, there are days that the bed has a stranglehold on me. But I know that I need to get out there more. I know that I want to grow, like, my audience. Not just so I grow my influence, per se, but because I want to get to the right niche of people who I could have fun with in so many different ways. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more food than that. Okay, so I just realized it's like 9:30. I should head out if I'm gonna have any chance of getting anything done. I will see you all tomorrow night. And hopefully during the day actually as well. After my landlord comes through and looks at what they gotta look at, I will try and get my ass in gear to actually start working on some stuff. Because now that I've got a good idea, it's a matter of doing some artwork so that I have a clear vision. And I definitely want to show you my process for that. And then also starting in on the pattern making and then actually making the outfit, which I've already got the corset done, and the corset would have been honestly the hardest part of what I am planning to do. I think I already have the hosiery that I want. I've already got a garter belt that I'm currently wearing, so I know that I'm already good in that arena. I've already got the shoes, so I don't have to spend anything extra on that. There's a few things that I need to locate, but I was going through and sorting out my sewing stuff anyways. I've already got my fabric for a robe / petticoat together, so that's ready to go. I can see what laces I have. I think I've got a few of the ones that I actually want out. So we're in a good place, and then people can just like poke me and remind me gently. And yeah, feel free to come along for the experience. You can always subscribe to here on TikTok, or Twitch will be the other place that I'll be doing it. Also, I'm over on YouTube now. I'm across the platforms. You can definitely find me all over the place. As Sanguine Thread, Sanguine Bathory sometimes, and in a Bathory. That's where Sanguine Bathory comes from. Anyways, but yeah, maybe I will do some fun photo shoots as well, and you know what? Maybe I'll start showing off like some fit checks and whatnot. Cause yeah, I've got to put focused effort into doing this. Okay. I'm sorry, his self-realization, what can I say? Thank you. Oh yeah, yeah. It's neither. Well, because I'm West Coast. I know a lot of people are East Coast, and I do appreciate y'all. I truly do. Thank you. Hey, I was about to head off, darling. I am trying to get up enough motivation to go and film some content and be in a bathroom. But I also need to get a little food into my system real quick. So I'm about to head off. Hopefully I will see y'all around. Find me where you need to find me. You can always request custom stuff, but just make sure you're in the appropriate place to ask for that. Thank you so much, my darlings. Have a lovely, lovely night. Bye. Thank you.